Welcome everyone, where we're going to be talking about your project manager this morning, which is your liver. You've just gone into your second day of detox and your liver is very busy today. It's gone into a different stage of detox. And as it goes through this stage, I'm going to be explaining to you what's happening in your liver. Your liver I call the project manager, because on a job site, all the plumbers come to the project manager, the painters come to the project manager. The project manager is orchestrating the job site. So that's what your liver's doing. It's orchestrating the job site, of course, which is the human body. So a few facts on the liver. The liver is the largest internal organ in the body, and the liver is the only organ in the body that has the ability to regrow. And when you understand the liver, when you understand what it does, and it's the role that it plays, you'll understand why God made it so. You see, cancer cannot get a hold on the body if the liver's working in optimum performance. So those pieces of information alone make it a very important that we human beings know something about the house we live in, especially your liver. Your liver is under your right rib, and if it's not happy when you push it, it'll go, don't. Is that right? Very simple test. And you can see that I'm pushing my fingers way up under my ribs there. But I don't have any discomfort at all. If you have any discomfort, no need to fear. You're in a detox and your liver's very happy. Sorry, not very happy, because it's very busy. It's very busy helping you to detox. But it'll certainly recover. So what I want to do before I show you what the liver's doing today, I want to show you what it does with everything that comes into the body. So environmental poisons coming into the body, everything goes straight to the liver. And if it's toxic, the liver says, whoa, nasty guy, wrap him up in fat and store him. And if the liver looks at it and says, no, we can break that down to a state that can be easily released, that is what it will do.
The liver is not a passive organ. It is one of the body's most vital centers of life, working as a powerhouse of metabolism and detoxification. It has over 500 functions, each of which is essential for survival. When we eat, the liver decides what to do with the nutrients. When we consume toxins or chemicals, the liver works day and night to neutralize them and protect us. It stores glycogen, regulates cholesterol, breaks down hormones, produces bile for digestion, and even plays a role in the immune system. Yet despite its importance, it is often neglected in everyday conversations about health. People are quick to think of the heart, the brain, or the stomach, but the liver is quietly working behind the scenes to keep all those organs alive and functioning. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes that modern lifestyles have changed drastically compared to just a few generations ago. People once ate natural, whole foods, consumed seasonal fruits and vegetables, and lived active lives. Today, however, the story is very different. Fast foods, soft drinks, processed snacks, refined carbohydrates, alcohol, and chemical-laden products dominate our diets. These put an extraordinary burden on the liver. Every time we drink a sugary beverage, swallow highly processed bread or pastries, or indulge in fried and fatty fast foods, the liver is forced to work harder to manage the influx of toxins and excess nutrients. Add to this the regular use of over-the-counter painkillers, antibiotics, and hormonal medications, and you have a perfect storm that overwhelms the liver.
What about food? Let me show you what it does with the food that comes in. And never in the history of mankind have human beings eaten so many carbohydrates. So we're going to do a carbohydrate assessment. And I want you to tell me what most Americans had for breakfast this morning.
Toast, eggs.
Yeah, toast. So here we've got bread. Cereal's a very popular one. One lady said egg. Sorry, no one cooks anymore. Is that right?
Donuts.
Donuts. Surely not. And we talked about the healthiest part of the donut, didn't we? Which is the hole in the middle. So we'll say for the donuts, the cakes, you call them biscuits? Do you know what we call biscuits? Cookies. So when we see a sign that says biscuits and gravy, we're thinking, oh, these Americans are strange people. They put gravy on their cookies. But I realise that I think your biscuit is like a scone, like a roll or something like that. So I'm just going to say cakes, etc. So this takes into consideration the donuts, the biscuits, the cakes, the pastries, the pies, all of that. And pizza. When I was a little girl, I didn't know what a pizza was. I don't think I knew what a pizza was till I was about 20. So I'm a baby of the 50s, 60s, so they weren't really around then. Same with pasta. I don't think there's a home today that doesn't have pasta. Would that be right? And rice is another carbohydrate. Potatoes. That's a high carbohydrate food. And last and certainly least in nutritive value is the pure crystallized acid that's extracted from the sugarcane plant. Now, would you agree with me, students, that Americans have become high carbohydrate consumers? Now, I say become because I don't think anyone chose to eat this way. It was just there, it's just easy. We're such a fast society today, and many people don't think about their lunchtime till they're hungry, or their evening meal till they're hungry. And there's no time to soak the legumes and cook the legumes. There's no time to steam the vegetables. They just want food now. So I think it's something that is just, you could say, evolved.
Carbohydrates are at the center of this struggle. Barbara O'Neill explains that while carbohydrates are essential for energy, the type of carbohydrates we eat makes a huge difference in how the liver responds. Whole grains, vegetables, and natural fruits provide complex carbohydrates that break down slowly and release glucose gradually into the bloodstream. This allows the liver to regulate blood sugar efficiently. But refined carbohydrates like white bread, sugary desserts, sodas, and processed snacks flood the body with glucose too quickly. The liver must scramble to convert this flood into glycogen for storage. When glycogen storage is full, the excess is turned into fat, which can accumulate both in the liver and throughout the body. Over time, this leads to conditions like fatty liver disease, obesity, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. The consequences of an overworked liver are not always visible immediately. Many people live for years with an overburdened liver without realizing it. Fatigue, brain fog, skin problems, and digestive discomfort are often dismissed as minor issues, but they are frequently early warning signs of liver stress. If ignored, this constant strain can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, heart disease, and other serious health problems. The irony is that while the liver is capable of regenerating itself and healing from damage, it cannot continue to withstand relentless abuse from poor diets and sedentary lifestyles. Barbara's warning is clear. If we do not take better care of our livers, the consequences will be devastating. Yet the good news, as Barbara O'Neill points out, is that the liver can recover when given the chance. Her advice may sound simple, but it is life-changing. The first step is to drink plenty of water. Hydration supports the liver's detoxification processes and helps flush out waste more effectively. The next step is to prioritize whole, unprocessed foods. Fresh vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and fruits in moderation give the liver nutrients it needs without overloading it. Reducing refined carbohydrates and sugars is perhaps the most crucial change, as this instantly lightens the liver's burden. Barbara O'Neill also stresses that lifestyle factors play an equally important role. Regular physical activity improves circulation and helps the body use glucose efficiently, which reduces the liver's workload. Stress management and quality sleep are vital because stress hormones like cortisol directly affect liver function and blood sugar balance. Avoiding unnecessary medications, cutting back on alcohol, and limiting exposure to chemicals also give the liver space to repair itself. So if this video helped you, imagine what our next one will do. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to stay ahead of the curve.